We're going to start with the most valuable player of the year because, hey, that's the most important one. That's the one that everybody all argues on the daytime shows and et cetera, et cetera. And people are still arguing last year's MVP going to Josh Allen over Lamar Jackson. But our favorite is the guy who won it last year, being Bills quarterback Josh Allen. He is plus 310 over at BetMGM. As we do with every single awards market, we take a look at the market and we take a look at the favorite and we say, hey, is this a guy that you want to try to beat right now? And if you had nothing in this market, I would look at that and say, absolutely not. I'm not trying to beat Josh Allen because as we've detailed all throughout the offseason, and this is dating back to May when the schedule came out, if the Bills were able to get past Baltimore, which they did on Sunday in dramatic fashion, it sets up for this team to have a monster win-loss record. Buffalo right now to win the AFC East over at BetMGM, because we all know the MVP typically goes to a quarterback on a 1 or a 2 seed. Last year, the Bills were the 2 seed. Like, you want to have a big-time record, 13, 14 kind of wins. Right now, the Bills to win the AFC East, minus 700. Like, it's week 2. They're minus 700 to win the division. To be the AFC number 1 seed, which is the biggie. Like, they were not the 1 seed last year, but they have a chance to be the 1 seed this year, especially after beating Baltimore. Even money. Plus 100 for Buffalo to be the 1 seed. Their updated win total is at 12.5. And shout out our guy, Mike Brown, who has on the right rail. If you're not watching this, like, you need to find on Twitch or YouTube, like, a phenomenal job with Josh Allen's week 1 stats. We got the photo of Josh Allen. Like, this is kick-ass kind of stuff here. This is what we're talking about. Absolutely love it for our guy, downtown Mike Brown. But Josh Allen right now at plus 310 to get back to the MVP. Like, he makes a ton of sense for a guy that can win this award. And if you're bullish on the Buffalo Bills, I hope you had some Josh Allen prior to the start of the season because we talked about this ad nauseum. Hey, Buffalo, Josh Allen, MVP. That's what you want to bet if you want to bet into that market. Now, some other interesting names to discuss that I think are out there, and another guy that I also bet, because we bet 2 guys heading into this season. The first one I did not bet, but I couldn't help but look at the player and the price and at least think to myself, that's interesting. And that's with Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes has won this award 2 times. Right now at BetMGM, he is 10-1 to win the MVP. Of course, Kansas City coming off the loss. Their chances of being the 1 seed, take a little bit of a hit, but it's only 1 game. Not like they've lost 5 in a row or something like that. They could still be the 1 seed or be a top 2 seed. He can still put up big-time stats like he has in previous iterations of his career. But the Chiefs right now to be the 1 seed, they're plus 850. They're plus 175 to win the division. When's the last time you saw that for Kansas City? Plus 175 after dropping the game to the Chargers. Now, the updated win total is still sitting at 10.5. The only issue with buying Mahomes now is that they're favored to lose the game on Sunday. And if you bet 10-1 today, they lose to the Eagles on Sunday, that 10-1 is probably like 20-1. Like, I think it actually might go that drastic, just given the fact that the vibes around 0-2 teams are never that great. I'm not saying that would be right, but I think it could get to that point to where maybe then you'd actually want to buy on an 0-2 Mahomes. But even then, like, at that point, you're kind of just chasing, right? I don't know if you want to even get involved. So I think Mahomes, it's tantalizing. And I even thought to myself this morning, I was like, do I really want to do this? Like, when's the last time Mahomes this early in the season was 10-1 to win the MVP? I'm still going to pump the brakes. I do have a bet in this market, but it will not be Patrick Mahomes. Another guy that I think is really interesting, Packers quarterback Jordan Love, coming off a really strong performance against the Detroit Lions. Jordan Love was a bet that we liked here when we talked about the awards all throughout the offseason. Those were the 2 guys. It was Josh Allen and Jordan Love because I felt that Buffalo and Green Bay had the chance to get the 1 seed, and I wanted both guys to where if it's an argument between the 2, we just sit back and wait to collect our money at NFL Honors. That's what the goal is right here. But Jordan Love was at 20-1, 25-1 prior to week 1 and prior to the Michael Parsons trade. He's now down to 12-1 after his really good performance against Detroit. Packers to win to be the 1 seed in the NFC. They're 4-1. They're co-favorites with Philadelphia to be the 1 seed. 4-1 are the Green Bay Packers to win the North, minus 125, which is like a really that's a pretty damn good price for a team that is in a tough division. Minus 125 is a lot of respect for Green Bay right there because it's only 1 game, folks. We have to remember that. Packers adjusted win total is at 11.5. Expected to have a big time season. Hopefully, if you've been listening to our awards content throughout the season, you don't have to worry about betting Jordan Love. you already got Jordan Love at bigger prices than what are currently available. We absolutely love to see that. But the guy that I think that you should be betting this week if you have both Jordan Love and Josh Allen in the MVP market, and this is a guy that I bet earlier this afternoon. And I didn't think I would get to this conclusion, but after thinking about it more, I think it makes a lot of sense. That's Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert, who is 15-1 right now at BetMGM. So the big caveat here for the Chargers is that will they actually win the AFC West? I say no, but I could also be wrong. This could also be year from hell for Kansas City as the Super Bowl loser has that hangover that's been documented for many years. We just saw it last year with San Francisco. And right now, the Chargers to win the AFC West is plus 190. We just got done breaking down the Chiefs' price. Kansas City's plus 175. Chargers are plus 190. They're damn near co-favorites. So if that's going to be the case, I would much rather bet the longer price in Justin Herbert as opposed to the price with Mahomes at 10-1, also based off the fact that Herbert's team just beat Mahomes' team. So Herbert at 15-1, I think is a price. Now, is it playing a little bit of defense? It is, because I like with the Josh Allen position. I like the Jordan Love position, playing a little bit of defense, but as a price that could come down because Herbert's next game on the road, Monday Night Football, standalone spot against a Raiders defense that's not that great. Like, it could be another strong performance for Justin Herbert to where the talk out of that game out of week 2 is, wow, Justin Herbert, the guy that we all knew was great, has finally arrived. I don't want to have to sweat that out. So 15-1, Justin Herbert is a bet that I have made right now in the MVP market. Now, that's me, and those of you who've been listening and kind of building your portfolio similar to what I have, I think that's how you want to attack this. It's Herbert as an addition to Allen and Love. And then right now, we're going to be naked to Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes. But that's where we sit currently. As for a price that I would never bet, it is Joe Burrow. Feels like the same song as last year. I don't think they're going to win the division. So I'm not going to bet Joe Burrow, especially when the price is plus 800.